guys, welcome back to episode 2 of the JFC Show here on the Full Sun Podcast. We're your hosts, Joe and Frank, joined by the man behind the camera, Chance Gans, fact-checking us for us. Today we got plenty of topics to talk about for the last week in sports, including the Super Bowl and our reactions to that. We'll also talk about Nick Foles and kind of what his situation is, and then all the NBA rumors going on, the Porzingis trade, the Anthony Davis drama, and then also upcoming free agency.
A lot of stuff to talk about today.
So, yeah, let's get started.
And we have a short time period, but we're going to get through all of it.
That's right.
All right, so let's start off with the Super Bowl. Thoughts? It was boring. It was bad. I did not enjoy that Super Bowl, not just because the Patriots won. Obviously, I chose the Rams, but I wanted scoring. I love scoring. That's just the way the game's supposed to. Like, it's not supposed to be like that, but you enjoy.
It's more exciting.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that Chiefs and Rams game. Everyone loved that game. Yeah. What? Both teams almost dropped 50 points, or they did, or something like that. But that was a great game, and I wish that the Super Bowl could have been more like that. For all the defensive lovers, yes, they got what they wanted, but
yeah, I just like to point out I was right.
Yeah, you were.
No, but my reactions were basically it was a pretty boring game, but what I took away from it was kind of how incredible it was that Bill Belichick went into that game and held the Rams offense with 3 points. All season long, the story has been offenses, Mahomes, the young coaches, Sean McVay. Offense is the new way, and then you win the Super Bowl by scoring 13 points and holding them to 3. That was just incredible.
Yeah,
I mean, Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time, had a terrible game, and they still won a Super Bowl.
Well, even last week when you were talking about it, you were saying that the Patriots, if the Rams didn't score more than 20-something points or 26 points, they weren't going to win this game. And obviously the Patriots held them to only 3.
Yeah.
And you were right. I give you that. Props.
I obviously expected Tom Brady to do a little more, but I think what they did is they controlled the field position all game, and they weren't scoring much in the first half, but they were able to get a couple of first downs and pin them deep with good punch and good coverage.
And don't get me wrong, both defenses played phenomenal.
Yeah.
For the Rams defense to hold them to 13 points or 3 points until the third quarter,
it
was 3-3.
Yeah, they played so good until the last 6 minutes.
And
they were just
you can't expect your defense to hold in that fourth quarter when offenses are not doing anything.
Both times the Patriots scored in the fourth quarter, it was just like running the ball right down there. So the Rams defense was just exhausted from being on the field.
I agree.
Because Jared Goff and the offense, they couldn't pick up first downs. The defense was on the field the whole game. Like, I didn't see time of possession, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots had the ball for 40 minutes.
Yeah. Chance, can you look at the stats between Tom Brady and Jared Goff? Because there's a lot of comparisons between that. Yeah. They're very identical, but everyone's talking about, Brady, 6th-string, No one's really talking about Goff's play, but that's the way that the Patriots shut him down.
Yeah.
Because they basically took away the run game, and then if you take away the run game, it takes away the play action. Take away the play action, and that's basically the whole Rams offense.
Yeah, and there was not a single moment in that game where Jared Goff looked comfortable at all with standing in the pocket and making a throw.
They said before the game, too, that they had a lot of looks that were going to basically make Jared Goff crap his pants. And
I'm pretty disappointed in how McVay and that offense.
Their stats were very similar. Tom Brady had 21 completions, 262 yards and an interception. Jared Goff had 19 completions and 229 yards and an interception.
See, look at that.
Very similar.
Neither passing touchdowns.
Nope.
Only 40 yards difference and 2 more completions for
the
Brady.
Patriots, though, were able to run the ball pretty effectively, especially in that fourth quarter.
Yes.
And that's what they've been doing all playoffs.
Yeah, that's what won the game for them with that trio of running backs. You saw all 3 had big runs.
And that Rams offense was just missing. It was gone.
Where was Todd Gurley? He touched the ball 5 times?
And they said he was completely healthy.
Yeah, I don't understand.
He had 10 carries?
10 carries? Okay, he had 10 carries. But come on, that's like a
possible
MVP
Sonny Michel had
of the league.
18 for 94.
And James White and Rex Burkhead were both getting the ball too. So
yeah,
the Patriots did a lot better job of playing the game.
And the
how
MVP,
it was going.
Julian Edelman, the Rams could not cover that guy. Yeah. When they doubled him up, they would go somewhere else. And it was just it looked sad for the defense. I thought Peters would at least be able to cover him, but he was quick. So that's that for the Super Bowl. There's not a lot to talk about. Everything, I just feel like that was a boring game. The halftime show was bland, Maroon 5. I don't know. They had more numbers in their name than the Rams scored all game. But
yeah, that's pretty disappointing Super Bowl.
Yeah, I definitely feel that same way. it didn't live up to any of the hype that we could have had this season.
Yeah. What do you think this means, Bill Belichick getting his 6th ring? What do you think this means for him on the all-time coaching list?
Oh, he's up there number 1. I think
so?
he's up there easily top 3.
Yeah,
definitely
he already was
number
before,
1.
but do you think this puts him at number 1?
It has to, man. He's won 5. He's won 6 with the Patriots and 2 before that, so he has 8 total, and that's phenomenal. Like that's unheard of for a coach.
Yeah, this is probably the most, at least. Yeah, I'm not very old, obviously, but this is the most impressive coaching performance I've seen in a big game like that
and
before.
even Sean McVay said that he got outcoached.
Oh, definitely. I was very disappointed in Sean McVay. Like, I feel like he should be getting a lot more heat than he is right now. Like, I like him. He's going to be a great coach, but he did not have a good game plan.
And then the other day, the 2 coaches that took the jobs were both 2 coaches from those 2 teams, and we kind of messed up on last week, but the Bengals got the
Rams quarterback coach.
The quarterback coach, yes, and then the
Dolphins got the Patriots linebacker / play caller.
Brian Flores. That's a really good defensive team for the Patriots to be able to hold the Rams, and I think he's going to be pretty good for the.
Yeah, I was going to say the Dolphins were the second winner of last week.
Oh yeah,
they
sure.
saw their new head coach had a.
It just depends on who he gets as a OC and all that, because it all comes down to that. Like,
and if the Dolphins can actually do anything.
Like, even if you look at like the way that Sean McVay came in, getting Wade Phillips in that defensive coordinator role, someone that's been experienced, someone who's knows defensive play, and so he could work with him very well.
That's really important for a new, younger coach.
Yeah, exactly.
Needs that veteran presence.
Yeah. All right. So our next topic is Nick Foles. He declined, or he was able to pay $2 million for his freedom.
So he's out of his contract, but the Eagles have the option to franchise tag him for $25 million.
So for the contract, it was $20 million.
Right.
And he opted out of it, so he's able to pay $2 million for his freedom.
Yeah.
But the Eagles can still franchise tag him for $25 million.
Yep.
Which that's a pretty heavy franchise tag.
Yep.
And to be able to do that, like, you know that something's going to get out of him. If that, he's going to walk.
Yeah. Yeah, and if they do franchise tag him for that much money, you feel like they don't really trust Carson Wentz to stay healthy.
Exactly.
Because he's proven that he doesn't. He's a great quarterback when he is healthy.
If they want to pay that $25 million, something's going on in Philadelphia.
I mean, it's worth it if they're considering keeping Nick Foles long term, but I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I personally, I wouldn't do it. I'd save them. Like, Carson Wentz is your guy. Hope he can stay healthy. Obviously.
Yeah, that's what he was the second pick in the draft.
Yeah.
And for him to come
he was having an MVP season last year, and then he got hurt.
Until he tore his ACL.
Yeah.
And I feel that, Nick Foles, I feel he may be a system quarterback.
He had one good run in the playoffs, and other than that, he's been a mediocre quarterback.
And even then, this year they beat the Bears.
They beat the Bears, but they only scored like 16 points in that game. Or whatever it was.
Bears have the number 1 defense.
That's true, but Nick Foles didn't play good in that game either.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, and then and then another thing with NFL honors, we predicted most of them right.
Yeah.
The only one that I got right was the Saquon.
Yeah.
I got that one. You called Baker.
I had Baker. Well, that's okay. I kind of figured it would be Saquon, but I wanted Baker.
For defense with Darius Leonard, obviously, he tore it up. Yeah. I'm kind of surprised Lane Van Der Esch didn't get any votes. I was a little bit upset about that because the Cowboys fan, but it's fine.
It's okay.
The guys that got voted, they deserved it. Player and MVP and Offensive Player of the Year were the same guy in Pat Mahomes. I don't know. That's kind of sketchy to me because I feel like what?
I don't like it.
I feel like they should have gave it to another person.
Because there was lots of guys that had great seasons.
Yeah. And for them to say that, Patrick Mahomes had that great of a season, like, it was a great season.
He did, but if you're winning MVP, you shouldn't be getting the other vote.
Yeah.
Because and that was when they announced that he was winning Offensive Player of the Year, everyone was like, are they going to give Drew Brees MVP?
That's exactly what I thought when I saw that. I was like, are they actually going to give Brees MVP?
Yeah, like, that's like, wait, whoa, what are you guys doing here?
And then, like, 30 minutes later, it's like, he's MVP. It's like,
Yeah. I don't know, because I think that if it wasn't, because Todd Gurley, he declined, so maybe that's why he didn't get Offensive Player of the Year. But then Drew Brees, I don't know why he didn't get an award.
Yeah, he did fall off a little bit at the end of the season, but he still had a good year. He didn't even get to 4,000 passing yards, so maybe that hurt him a little bit.
Yeah, but who knows? And then, should we go right into NBA?
Oh, yeah, let's talk about the NBA.
That's a lot.
This is my favorite sport to talk about.
Oh, man.
So.
All right, I'll let you start at the top.
All right. Well, we're going to start with Kristaps Porzingis was traded to the Dallas Mavericks from the New York Knicks, I believe. Could you look up the details, Chance? I believe I remember it all, but it was Porzingis and Tim Hardaway Jr.
And there's one other person.
Dennis Smith Jr. and DeAndre Jordan went to the Knicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was kind of weird to see DeAndre Jordan in a Knicks uniform.
Yeah.
Wearing the same number 6
Yep.
that Porzingis wore, which
immediately took it.
Yeah.
But
and then
Dallas, though, they got Luka, they got Porzingis, they got, in a couple of years they might be winning championships.
Yeah, and the head coach is also saying they don't want to make the same mistake that they made with Steve Nash and Dirk.
Well, that was Mark Cuban, the owner.
Oh, yeah, Mark Cuban. My bad.
You're good.
Not biggest basketball, but,
You're good.
But, yeah, he doesn't want to make the same mistake, letting basically Steve Nash walk and being able to have that connection together. But I think Luka and Porzingis could.
Yeah, if they get... if they get some pieces around those guys, and if Porzingis can stay healthy, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't been healthy since he came into the league, but when he is healthy, he's a great player, and he looks like he could be, top 10.
Especially pairing him up, he's basically not sitting him behind Dirk, but letting him learn from Dirk.
Yeah.
That could be phenomenal for him.
Yeah. Dallas likes their European guys.
Yeah. Oh, and hey, we white European guys.
Yeah, it's okay.
And literally, we said when one was leaving, the other ones come in, and they go and trade for another one. Which I think that was. So who do you think the winner of that trade is? Let's get the actual.
Yeah. Do you have the details, Chance?
Yeah. All right. So New York got Dennis Smith. They cleared a bunch of their bench salary, and then they also received DeAndre Jordan and Wesley Matthews, and they sent away Tim Hardaway and Courtney Lee. Yeah.
Oh, okay, and Porzingis, of course.
Yeah. I think it depends on what happens at free agent. Because the reason the Knicks made that trade was to clear up cap space to go after free agents.
Mm-hmm.
So if they end up getting Kevin Durant in the free, then you can argue that they won. But if they don't get anything this offseason, then Dallas.
With the potential of Dennis Smith, do you think they go after a better point guard?
I feel like you mean in free agency.
Yeah.
I feel like they just go over after everyone.
True.
At that point, when you're getting superstar players, top 10 players, it doesn't matter what position they play. You just get them and then figure it out from there. I think.
It also says that the Knicks will get 2 future first-round picks from the Mavericks.
Okay.
Oh, oof.
That's pretty good.
That's hefty. That's pretty hefty. Which is good. It has potential, but at the same time,
late first-round picks in the NBA draft aren't that valuable. So if the Dallas Mavericks are a good team, then those aren't quite as valuable as if they're in the lottery.
Like the top 15 picks, man, you want to be up there.
Right, but if you have with the Lakers, Pelicans stuff, Pelicans want the Lakers picks. I'm like, the Lakers are going to be good. Those aren't going to be that valuable. Picks.
Yeah, especially with them wanting 4 to 6 picks.
Yeah.
But that's another topic we can talk about after this. But I think that the Mavs have a lot of potential. And I really like the trade that they went for Porzingis, even though he's not healthy right now. But time will tell how good that team will be.
Yeah, and Dallas is a good organization. They're they're not dysfunctional like some of these other ones that never win.
Yeah.
They've won championships. They know how to do it. So they're getting good young players. And I think I would, if I was a free agent, I would consider joining that because that looks good.
Yeah. All right. Well, we can go into our next topic. Chance, look at what the Lakers offered for Anthony Davis.
Oh,
it was a lot.
Yeah, they went all in.
Yeah, I love that. Honestly, for the Lakers and the Pelicans, I love it for both teams. If I'm the Pelicans, I'm taking that trade.
But at the same time, they declined it.
I know. I don't understand that. As the Pelicans fan, that is infuriating to me.
Yeah.
Because it's Anthony Davis doesn't want to be here anymore. So move on, and trade him, and you're getting 4 or 5 young pieces and 2 draft picks, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was 2 first-round draft. Okay, go ahead. James.
So he's gonna trade Lonzo, Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, as well as 2 first-round picks.
Yep.
Yeah.
And wasn't Rondo in that too?
He's been in there.
Yeah.
It's not for sure what the exact offers have been, but that's the important pieces are those 4 young guys in the picks.
Man, that's a big trade.
Yeah, but for the Lakers, you've got to go get a piece that can help you start winning championships. And I don't think for not necessarily this year because.
But who would they have still in their roster?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
LeBron?
For this year, it's not that much. They're not going to win this year with this trade. But next year, do you think they have a better chance of winning with LeBron, AD, and a whole free agency period to bring in players?
I think
or LeBron and those young guys.
But you give up all those players, even though you'd still have a good chance to get Anthony Davis later on.
Yeah, maybe. But see, if I'm the Lakers, I don't want to wait a year and a half to start competing for championships. I want to win a championship next season because LeBron's time is running out. He's 34 now. He's not going to be.
And he just barely got back from his.
He's not going to be the best player in the world for much longer. He can't carry a team to the championship for many more years. So they got to go for it now. And I feel like if they trade for Anthony Davis, they can still get another big-time star in free agency because the cap space they'll have.
Yeah.
So if you pair up, like, let's say Kyrie decides to join them, you get Kyrie, LeBron, and AD, like, that's a super team.
That's a big three that they almost like they had in Cleveland.
Yeah, I'd rather have that than LeBron and some of these young guys.
Yeah.
Even though these young guys might be great, which is why I like it for the Pelicans because, I mean, Lonzo, Ingram, Kuzma, all those have potential to be great players. Yeah. So if you pair that up with what they have now, because they don't have a bad team now, even though they're playing terribly, they have Julius Randle who's averaging like 25 and 10 a game.
Yeah.
They have Drew Holiday who's a good player and a great defender, but
yeah. So
they have some pieces.
As a Pelicans fan, that you like, because you like them and all.
Yeah.
How do you see your team getting better with the picks that the Lakers offered?
With the draft picks?
Or just in general, like the players and all that.
If I'm them, I'm taking the trade because I want those young players because I think Kuzma's a great player.
Oh, yeah.
I think Lonzo has potential to be a 20 and 10 guy. And Ingram, because Ingram, the problem is he's just so small. But if he starts growing into his body finally and getting a lot bigger, he has a potential to be a 25-a-night scorer.
Yeah. And I also feel that after hearing what LeVar Ball said, that guy always has something to say.
He's always talking.
But he says that he doesn't want Lonzo in New Orleans.
Yeah.
He wants him to play with the Phoenix, with the Suns. And that could I don't know. It could be a good place for him, but
it's not up to LeVar Ball though.
Exactly.
He doesn't have any control over that. So I don't know why
he says
talking.
We want him in Phoenix.
And I guarantee Lonzo's not telling him that stuff. LeVar's talking out of his
I think Lonzo just wants to go out and play. He
yeah.
wants to go out there
I feel like for Lonzo, it would be nice for him to leave LA because it almost seems like the spotlight's a little too big.
Yeah.
Go somewhere where no one cares about you, like New Orleans, where no one's gonna pay attention to you,
and you get
you're
your chance to shine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's kind of what happened with D'Angelo Russell. Like he was in LA. Yeah, he went to LA. You know, that's a big spotlight to play for LA. Be
and
there.
Even now he's in Brooklyn, but no one cares about them.
Exactly. You see Brooklyn, you're like, the Nets.
Yeah.
The Nets. Yeah, but
even though that's New York, with big market, but still, no one cares.
Yeah, it's not LA. The spotlight is on the West.
Yep. And
you go over there, that's on the East. You're just like, all right.
It was kind of there, and then all of a sudden you look up and D'Angelo Russell's an all-star. Like,
yeah.
We thought he was a bust.
Exactly.
Julius Randle too. Like he's on the Pelicans right now with the Lakers. He was a bench player, and with the Pelicans,
he's just
he's
young
really
players going to big teams.
Yeah.
Going to that big place where it's like, hey, we have a lot of history. You have to live up to it.
Yeah. You look up in the banners every night and you see how many championships is it? Like
how many retired? How many players numbers are retired up there? Kobe has 2. Like what?
Look at all those great players. That's what you have to be.
Yeah, you have to try to live up to that.
Yeah, and if you go to a place like New Orleans, it's like, oh, they don't have any jerseys in their rafters.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just the idea of where could someone go to shine. Yeah. And it's just like the idea of, hey, if you go to the NBA, you want to go to a place where you can be an all-star, like a star player on your team, or basically be the number 2. And that's like I don't know. That's always something that comes back to me first. Like I don't know. Like I would rather go be a star of my own team, lead its own place. Like kind of like a Russell Westbrook, being the star of his team instead of leaving to go get a championship. And then you look at like a KD where he goes and he's possibly the second best player on the team. Like he's one of the best in the world. But
it depends on how good for KD, I don't like that so much because he's the second best player in the league. Like, it'd be nice to see him on his own team, perhaps. Mm-hmm. But for a guy like a 15th best player in the league or something, like having him be a number, like Kemba Walker or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like a number 2 winning championship.
With him being
great.
As underrated as he is, do you think with them keep saying that he's underrated, is he...
You're talking about Kemba Walker?
Yeah. Like, is he still underrated if people keep saying that he's underrated?
That's true. People keep talking about he's a really good player. he's in Charlotte, so he doesn't really get a whole lot of attention.
Yeah, and plus it's on the east side.
Yeah, and they're not any good, so he doesn't really get a lot of shine or anything. But he's a good player. If he's the number 2 on your team, then you got a good team.
Yeah. All right. So kind of back to the Lakers. Where do you see them going in free agency? If say they don't get this Anthony Davis trade.
So they don't get AD. I think once free agency hits, they're still offering all those players for Anthony Davis because they're still going to want him. And then they go after whoever is willing to meet with them, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, if Kevin Durant says, yeah, I'll talk to you guys. If Kyrie says, yeah, I'm interested, they're going to go all out because they're trying to win with LeBron now. Yeah,
I can see that. And then, so how do you feel about, like, that Kyrie-LeBron reunion?
It's kind of interesting. I don't know if Kyrie's gonna go back and join them or not, but like they seem to be a lot more cool with each other now. Like they're making.
Because when he left Cleveland, he was like, "Hey, I want to be on my own. Like I hate being
he left
2.
because he wanted to be his own guy, but now he's kind of grown up. It sounds like.
And he's going to the point where maybe I have to be the number 2 to win another ring, and I don't know, like it's.
He's got to ask himself, does he want to be number 1 and be a 4 seed, or does he want to be number 2 and win championships?
Exactly. And that's kind of where, like, KD was, and that's understandable, but...
Well, not so much, because KD he was in the finals with the Thunder. He was a game away from being in the finals before he left, so not so much KD in that regard, but... Yeah, no, and who knows what the Celtics will do in the playoffs. Like, they're not living up to the hype so far, but they have a really good team. So if they make it to the finals... What's gonna make him want to leave that?
Yeah. How do you feel about Harden, with the way that his game has been playing, and what Kobe Bryant actually came out and said about him?
It's not gonna win championships.
Yeah. How do you think that?
I agree with him.
They have a chance at all?
I mean, I give them a puncher's chance because they can shoot the ball and score so quickly.
Mhm.
But I mean, I look at the West. They probably have the best chance to beat the Warriors, but that doesn't mean they have a legitimate chance.
Yeah.
The only reason I give them a chance is because James Harden can drop 60 at will. And they can score 150 on any given night. Like, could they do that 4 out of 7 times? Probably not, but they're the team that could.
Yeah, I saw this like, it was such a disrespectful post, but they put that James Harden has more 20-point games this season than Dirk
in his
whole career. And I was like, that's kind of messed up, but like, if
you
think about it,
just shows how incredible he's been scoring the ball this season.
Exactly, but it also shows that who else on that team's been scoring?
Well, yeah, Chris Paul's been out. He's kind of had to take the whole load.
Exactly, and he's
doing it, but
he's reaping all the benefits.
I feel like he's gonna get worn down a little too quickly, and when it comes to that's always the problem with James Harden is the playoffs. He kind of underperforms because he's going hard. Same with Russell Westbrook. Those types of guys, they go hard all year. They 100%, and then the playoffs come, they're kind of worn out. Whereas there you see like guys like LeBron or the Warriors, they kind of hold it back in the season a little bit. And they're like, yeah, I'll give like 80% this game, and then the playoffs I turn it on.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like but like for James Harden or Russell Westbrook, they have to be giving 100% every game for their team to win. That's the problem.
That is true. Chance, how do you feel about any of this?
I kind of agree with Joe that like those people who don't have anyone else on their team have to try and do it all themselves just to make it to the playoffs. And then when they get there, they can't do it by themselves because you got to play as a team.
Yeah. And there was a game the other night. It was the Lakers versus the Warriors. That whole game they're playing, and the Warriors outscored the Lakers 40-20.
Yeah.
In just in the last fourth quarter.
Yeah. Well, LeBron wasn't playing that game.
I understand that, but Curry only had 2 points. Going into that fourth quarter.
Yeah, that just shows how many options they have.
It was just like, wait, what? They're doing how good? And it's just like mind blowing how good that Warriors team is.
Yeah, they're pretty much unbeatable.
If that one player doesn't play good, and it's just like, wait, how?
Yeah, go down the best teams in the league. Like if LeBron doesn't play good, the Lakers are gonna lose. If Kawhi doesn't play good, the Raptors are gonna lose. If Kyrie doesn't play good, the Celtics are gonna lose. If Steph scores 0 points, the Warriors still will win.
Yeah. There was also another trade that went down between Cleveland and the Trailblazers.
Right, Rodney Hood.
Yeah, Rodney Hood. How do you feel about that? No? Any way that they can actually help the Trailblazers?
I feel like the Trailblazers, they're trying to make it work with Damian and CJ because they wanted to, and they got 2 great players. I don't know how much it's gonna help. He's a guy that can come off the bench and give you some scoring, but like I don't think it's a big deal, and I feel like the Trailblazers are trying to make it work, but I don't think it's going to.
Does that kind of show more that Cleveland is trying to tank this season a little bit?
They're just trying to acquire draft picks, get as many picks and whatever as they can, get away from as many of these. Say
you have that
contracts.
First pick in the draft, where are you going?
I mean, you can't go anywhere but Zion, honestly. He's such a freak.
Like it's hard, but like other players.
Yeah, I'm not like a scout or anything. I haven't been watching film or anything on any of these guys, but I mean, Zion's the obvious choice.
It's hard to pass, and I don't know. RJ Barrett, I feel like he'll be that unsung hero coming into this draft. Like I feel like he could have.
He'll probably be the number 2 pick, honestly.
Yeah, and I feel like he's being overlooked. He's being
a little overshadowed.
Yeah, because
the highlight.
Zion just gets everything, man. And you see Duke. Oh, Zion. Duke, Zion.
Look at all the Zion dunks. Oh,
exactly.
He did a 360.
Like, come on. Like, I feel like RJ Barrett. He's just in the shadows.
Yeah.
And then once it comes out, he's gonna be like. I feel like he has potential to be a better player than Zion.
Yeah, he can be really good too.
Yeah, they both have a lot of potential. They both have a lot of potential.
I feel like with Zion comes a lot more hype and media.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if Cleveland ends with number pick, they're used to that because they had LeBron.
Yeah.
And he was the chosen one coming out of high school, so they're kind of used to
knowing Cleveland, they're gonna pass on him.
Yeah, knowing Cleveland, they'll screw it up. Knowing Cleveland, they'll get him, he'll be great, but they won't get anyone around him, and he'll leave.
Mhm. And hell, he'll take his talents to South Beach.
There it is.
You never know. But yeah. So what else? KD and Kyrie to the Knicks.
Right. That's kind of the reason the Knicks traded Porzingis, because they wanted to move on from that draft capital and have him, because DeAndre Jordan's a 1-year contract, so he'll be gone after this season, which frees up 2 max spots for him in the upcoming off season. And at least personally, I don't think they're going to get anyone. I really don't, because it's New York and it's the Knicks, but that's all they have going for them. The Knicks have been a dysfunctional franchise for so long now. I would never go there. The last great player you can think of besides Carmelo that was there is Patrick Ewing.
Mhm.
Like that's for New York, for a New York team, the second biggest. That's the place people want to go besides LA is New York. For them to not have any success.
Everyone wants to play at the Garden, bro.
Yeah, Madison Square Garden.
Everyone wants to play at the Garden, and everyone has big games.
That ownership and the GM, they're just.
You can just it shows.
Yeah.
It just shows how bad they are.
Even they did get rid of Phil Jackson finally, which is a start, but they still got James Dolan as their owner, who is just terrible.
Yeah.
Always making the wrong decisions. So I don't think they're gonna I think that them just being so dysfunctional will scare away, KD and Kyrie. They'll want to go somewhere that
has. But I also feel that they could. They have a chance to.
Yeah.
Be like, hey,
they get on the phone and hey, let's both go to New York.
Yeah. Where do you think Kawhi's? Do you think he'd stay?
I don't really know, because you can't really get a read on him because he never talks.
Mhm.
It's like
but his laugh.
his laugh is fun. But it depends on how much he actually likes it in Toronto, because they have a good team, and if he likes it there, he might stay. But the reason he wanted out of San Antonio is because he wanted LA. He wanted the big market.
Oh yeah, but
so
hey,
I've been seeing Clippers as probably the biggest spot he'll go.
Not with LeBron, but still in LA.
He wants to be his own guy, but still LA. And the Clippers, they have
But
a good
do you think
team.
he wants to go to the West?
I don't think that. I mean, he was in the West before.
True, but do you think he would want to stay in the East?
That's a good question. I don't really know.
Yeah, see, that's a big.
There's a lot more. There's a lot more competition in the West.
If you go to the East, and that's another thing with the players that want to go to the Knicks, you can compete in the East.
Yeah. And
that's why I personally think that Kyrie will actually stay in the East. I don't think he'll go follow with LeBron.
Yeah.
So I think he won't. I don't think he'll stay with the Celtics. Because
again, it depends on what happens with playoffs.
Yeah, it always depends.
A second round exit, he's gone. If they make it to the finals, that's hard to walk away from.
It honestly that. I don't know. It's just gonna be. I feel like the West are gonna have a lot of ratings going into the playoffs. The East is gonna be like, all right, whoever wins the West is gonna win the championship, and that's how it was last year too. Everyone's like, hey.
The Western Conference Finals was the finals.
Mhm. Between Golden State and Houston.
Yeah.
Like, that was a great matchup, and I feel that with that game, everyone was like, hey, the winner of this is going to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then, boom, they just go and they...
Sweep them.
Not a sweep, but didn't they win one?
It was a sweep last year.
Was it a sweep?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because they should have won game one.
I thought they got one.
They should have won game one, but JR rebounded and didn't shoot. Yeah. And then it was over from there. The year before, it was 4-1. The last year was 4-0.
Yeah, it's... Did you see that thing that Steve Kerr said about the same team winning?
yeah, he was joking around like, it must be annoying to see the same team winning over and over.
About the Patriots, yeah. I don't know, I feel like sports are kind of declining in the past couple of years just because of those teams.
Yeah, you see the same ones every year.
Mm-hmm. And
but at the same time, my kind of thoughts on it are appreciate what you're watching a little bit too.
Yeah.
Like live in the moment, because these are the teams like the Warriors, like Tom Brady and the Patriots. These are the teams that 40 years from now,
we're gonna be like, hey, I watched
your kids or your grandkids are gonna be like, who's that? Like I've heard of all these old guys, and you'll be like, yeah, I got to watch that.
Yeah, Tom Brady, possibly one of the greatest, is probably the greatest
seeing
of all
like
time.
with Tom Brady and the Patriots, we're seeing like the Michael Jordan of our era, I think.
Yeah.
And like we never got to see Michael Jordan. We only get to hear about how great he was.
Yep.
But we're getting to see, Tom Brady. We're getting to see the Warriors as dominant as they are.
See, and the thing, I don't think I can compare the Warriors to the Patriots, because the Warriors have the talent, but the
Patriots are all a system over.
Their brains. It's all brains in that system.
And they've been doing it for 2 decades.
18 years going, and they're strong, man. That's insane. And for them, going back to football for me, but like.
Yeah, no, it's alright.
Yeah.
We're at the end.
Yeah, because I just feel like the Patriots are so smart with what they're doing in that organization, and everyone's always looking for, hey, let's get one of those assistants from Belichick. Maybe he can teach something.
They're never that successful. It just shows you how great Belichick is.
It's all brains, and I don't know. I feel like that's the only reason why their OC and their offense coordinator is still staying there instead of taking the job, because he was gonna go for the Colts last year, but he opted out, which was.
Somehow work with Tom Brady.
But hey, the coach for the Colts, he did pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Steve Kerr, he was a good player, and he could be a great coach.
I think he's a really good coach.
Yeah.
Especially for the team that they have, the kind of guys they have.
For him to be able to lead that team.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, we need to play together.
Yep.
And it's not a me game, it's a we. And that's really big in sports, and I feel like that's why the Warriors and the Patriots are both really successful.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. So, anything you want to say to end it off?
No, I think that's about it.
All right, well, this Saturday. Fight night's coming up. That's the big thing, the big ticket item. And
main event.
Yeah.
For those of you that didn't watch last episode, we were fighting.
Yeah, we
are the main event.
Yep. And it will be shown on this. And
all 3 or 4 fights.
Yeah, we're still debating on how many. We still got to sign the parent permission slips. But that's not really anything that we're worried about, because it's all fun and games.
You can forge it.
Yeah. But yeah. It should be all fun. We're gonna see how it goes, and we'll see how many more we do in the future. But this may be the last one, but it'll be a good one. And we're gonna try to get as many as possible. It's upwards to either 3 or 4.
Yeah.
We'll probably piece together a 5th one if we really need to. And so it should be really fun.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. It's gonna be a brawl. It should be pretty fun. All right, well, I'll let you do the closing.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Episode 2 of the JFC Show. We'll be posting every Wednesday, so make sure you're tuning in every Wednesday. And also every Sunday, the Full Sun podcast is posted with Tyson Parker and who did I say? Cooper. Tyson Parker and Cooper. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys.
Or the guy that eats enchiladas out of the parking lot.
Right. The guy that eats
out of the
enchiladas
trash.
out of the dumpster.
Yeah, he's Russia shirts. I don't know. If you want to tune into that, it'll probably be posted here in the next couple of days, because they missed one this Sunday. And so, yeah, that's it. I'm Frank.
I'm Joe.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
They got the cool beans.